Nestled in historic downtown Apex, there's a place where you can experience the wonders of craft beer. Enjoy a wide selection of beers from North Carolina, the U.S., and around the world. And it's only at the Beer Dispensary.
Hi, I'm Glenn. This is Dave. We're at NC Beer Guys. We promote North Carolina craft beer online at ncbeerguys.com. Give us a follow if you get a chance. We do these videos to introduce you to some of the great quality beer that's available across the state of North Carolina and maybe introduce you to a brewery or a brewer or just something about beer that you don't know or might want to experience. So today we didn't travel far. We got a beer out of Durham, the Triangle Brewing Company. This is the...
Come on.
What are we drinking today?
We are drinking the Imperial Amber Ale because all his notes don't help. And it's bottle conditioned.
It is.
You want to finish that one?
The Amber Ale out of the Triangle Brewing Company. And first I'm going to talk about Triangle a little bit. Triangle Brewing is dedicated to producing well-balanced, full-flavored, yet highly drinkable Belgian and American style ales. This Imperial Amber was the first and is now one of the Rufus Reserve series that comes from Triangle periodically. They just released something that's not one of their standard flagships, and this is one of those. And we've never had this beer, and frankly didn't know this beer existed, or I didn't, and saw it on the shelf and thought I had to try it. So they say to us when we did research this beer, who the hell is Rufus? They call it the Rufus Reserve, and some of you have been over there, you know the story, but they say, good question. It's a bit rudely put, but Rufus is the patron saint of Carolina Brewing Company. They discovered him tucked away neatly away in the clay part of the brewery's basement during renovations. In other words, it was a dead body in a trash bag sealed up.
Nice.
Due to the overall level of decomposition, they were unable to determine his ethnicity, and his death remains to this day unsolved by the Durham Police Department. So his story was theirs to create, and they, of course, you know, Rick and that guy's house, they made up a story about it. So after a few beers with creativity and psychic abilities, they say, you can see Rick all through this description, they named him Rufus. That's the dead body. And then they've named the series after him the Rufus Reserves. So Rufus in Latin means red. So in honor of our first Rufus Red offering, we released an Imperial Amber, a full body, double red with enough hop kick to wake the dead.
Okay.
So for you hopheads out there, pay attention. They say this strong amber ale at 8.2 ABV has a strong malt presence that holds the brew together, IBUs of around 90, balance the brew, which is dry hopped, to add an invigorating citrus and floral aroma that lingers to the end while complementing all that malt. It is excellent with food as well as served by itself or in the company of a fine cigar. Again, it's 8.2%, and they suggest food pairings. They say best as a pre-dinner drink. Hops are a great appetite stimulant. Heartier fare, spicy foods, pizza, pub grub. In other words, some food that can hold its own against a very stout, potent kind of beer, something that's going to hit you. This is going to overwhelm your lighter seafood salads, chicken kind of stuff.
Right, the light fare.
So if you're going to drink hearty, roast, dark kind of stuff, you might have this, or better yet, drink it before, let it build your appetite and drink it.
Yeah, that's right.
This was a Silver Medal Award winner in 2009 and 2010 at the Carolina Championship of Beer.
Okay.
So why I didn't know about it, I don't know, because obviously it's been around a while. It poured beautiful.
Thick, rich head on it.
It's holding up
Holding up really, yeah. It's got good head retention.
Dave mentioned a point that I didn't mention. It is bottle conditioned, so it wouldn't be unusual to find a little sediment or a little something in the beer. I don't particularly see that Dave got us, it's not clear and beautiful beer.
It's got yeast.
But I don't see anything particularly offensive floating in it. But even if you do see some pellets, don't be put off by that.
Right. I mean, when you start seeing the yeast in the beer, don't be, oh, this is bad. No, that is not bad. And actually, in some cultures, when you do it, because you pour it and you take the bottle, you roll it around, and then you drizzle the yeast like that on the top, so you see it.
Right.
That is actually a very nice thing to do.
So if your uneducated friends, next time you're drinking and they put poo-pah, oh, something's in my beer, this is not clean and pretty, tell them you're a real beer drinker and you know this is
good stuff.
A good sign of quality.
That is right.
So let's see what we got here.
Malty aroma.
Oh, very much so.
Yep.
And there was not much hops in the aroma.
No, and actually it's not really hoppy.
Well, it is hoppy, but not to the degree you think.
Well, yeah, okay.
From the description.
It's crisp. It's not hoppy like an IPA. Put it like that.
That's exactly right. There's enough maltiness and frankly a lot of malt coming at you. And I guess that's what they were trying to say. They hop it up high to balance the malt so you don't get too much of either. Right. But then you don't get the whole hop profile in your face because you get so much malt to go with it.
Well, this is an Imperial, so they loaded this thing up.
But even at 8, you don't get the alcohol burn.
You're not getting alcohol burn.
You wouldn't necessarily know it was an 8% ABV beer, not from just drinking it. You would know it's more than just something light and something.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a light. It's not thin bodied. It's not light. It's a little bit richer. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
it's got not a clean, light mouthfeel at all.
No, but it's nice. Like I said, no alcohol burn on it.
I think it's very good.
Yeah,
very good. It's a hearty kind of winter kind of that's the kind of beer it is.
There you go.
You want this beer
even as an amber. It still will hold up with the cold weather.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't feel out of place at all drinking this around a fireplace or with a hearty big heavy meal even. I mean this is a very substantial beer.
Yep.
I don't know how limited their Reserve series are.
Right. I think they are. I think they do it, and when it runs out, and they move on to the next one.
Right, but I don't know how much that is.
You can find this again, but they said that they keep doing this one.
Right? Oh yes, year after year. It is released every year.
Right.
But just when they release it, it's a one time. When it's gone, it's gone. It's not something they plan to have all year round, every year.
So when you find your favorite bottle shop and you get in with the owner and you say, hey, listen, when this thing comes out, let me know.
Right.
Do that.
Exactly, and make sure you get one of these, and don't think that you're just drinking one of the standard flagships out of Triangle, because this is different. It's not something you're going to find in the cans, which they have an extensive can collection that you always, you see their cans everywhere in the Triangle, particularly.
Golden Strong rocks.
Well, a lot of their beer is great beer, of course, but this is something that's a little bit special out of Triangle, and that's always nice to have something that maybe somebody else hasn't had.
Yep. So
show your friends Triangle's got more than just the standard flagships. We love this beer. We're glad we got a chance to try it. So again, we're the NC Beer Guys. Remember, until next time, drink local and keep your beer dollars in North Carolina.